Well, hello, hello, good people. It's your girl, Jocelyn N. McGuire of Can You Handle the Truth? You know, I'm the host and the creator, all wrapped up in one. Hmm. All right, listen, I like, let me see. I want you guys to share, like, love, and show you care. All right. And do share. Okay. Now, welcome to Can You Handle the Truth? Like I said, I am your host and creator, Jocelyn M. McGuire, specializing in breakthrough counseling, women's ministry, mental health, trauma in adults, as well as in children. Listen, my passion is to see people overcome their issues that life is lifing with the truth. I do hold a master's degree in psychology. I am a certified circle keeper and also a licensed evangelist. Listen, I'm so glad you guys stopped in. Love, 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 care, care, care. And I want you to what? Share, share, share. And don't forget to go to YouTube, baby. Listen, subscribe to my channel, Jocelyn M. McGuire. Can you handle the truth? Press that notification bell, baby. That way you'll never miss another episode of Can You Handle the Truth? Oh, good evening, people. Good evening, good people. All the beautiful people, good evening. And I'm talking to you, and you. Anyone under the sound of my voice are my beautiful people. Thank you guys for joining in. We got a hot topic. Yes, we have a hot topic tonight. Y'all go get y'all some popcorn. This gonna be good. Yeah, y'all have to get some popcorn for this. I wish I had a bad popcorn. But anyway, now, hey, this is going to be hot. All right, this is going to be hot. It is so hot. Let me test. Oh, yeah, it's hot. It is hot topic tonight. Listen, I really didn't know how to put this question together. So I came up with some different things, but the main thing I wanted to ask during, and we got a lot of response. I'm gonna read them. I'm gonna read them to you guys, okay? During a marriage proposal, is it rude to ask a question with the question? While they are on their one knee And they start to present this proposal to you of marriage. And right when they say, no, will you accept my hand in marriage? And then instead of you saying yes or just saying no, you ask a question right then and there. You ask a question, and I found that to be, it's rude. Yeah, I believe it to be rude. I believe it's to be a little disrespectful, a little embarrassing. I'm quite sure, especially if you have set this surrounding in a very romantic place and you are surrounded by special guests and other individuals, and you pop this question for this proposal and it's romantic. Okay, they say, I'm gonna set the scene. All right. Everyone's dressed so nice, so beautiful, beautiful setting. And no, you're maybe it's a surprise, And but anyway, everyone looks so nice. The venue is beautiful, or you at a restaurant and it's a beautiful restaurant, or you're at a park somewhere and you notice that you see these people and balloons and things of that nature, and then you see them kneeling on one knee, as it traditionally is done, and they pop the question, will you marry me? But you pop a question instead of an answer. So that right there to me is like, if you gotta ask the day of their proposal, then I believe you're not too certain about this person. You're not too sure about them. There is something that you may have a insecurity about. You may be insecure about this person. So if you ask the question, he asks you the question, and you pop up with a question. See, these questions had already been answered. I mean, why would you ask them the day of this proposal? This person think you guys are so close that they want to marry you, and they believe you want to marry them. So they asked the question. But however, we did receive some feedback on that, and people were asking questions, various questions that they would ask. Now I don't know if they would ask in front of the guests and everyone, but let me go here to the page, and I want to show you guys what was said. Okay, the questions. I want to read some of the questions that were proposed in the comments regarding, here we go, regarding doing a marriage proposal. Is it rude to ask a question with the question? So on the flyer we had questions to ask before saying yes. Are there questions you should ask before saying yes? Absolutely. Are there questions you should ask the day of their proposal? You should already have your answer. You should already know. That's what I think. Okay, but maybe he did something. I don't know. And that maybe you need to square this away. So I guess it would be the proper thing to go ahead and take care of that question, that thought you had, instead of saying yes to something that you may have found out, and they didn't know you found out, but you found out something that you need to address. Okay, don't listen. Let me tell you something. Don't be afraid to address an issue. All right, don't be afraid to address it. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Let me read some of these here questions. Okay, that people ask. Okay, Miss Ida Carson. She said, "Are you saved? Okay. Are you open to Christian counseling?" Those are good. Are you saved, and are you open to Christian counseling? Those are really good. Those are really good. But I'm going to circle back around with my response on some of these questions. Okay. Now we had another one. Is your lifestyle a personal relationship with Christ? Okay. Your lifestyle, a personal relationship with Christ. Okay. Going to ask that question. I'm going to circle back around on that one too. Okay. Now, another person asked, make sure they isn't bisexual beforehand. I mean, make sure they are not bisexual. If that's an issue with you, if they are bisexual or not. If that's the issue, then you need to ask that question. All right. Now, we had a response that a person said that it's a lot of men that are bisexual and they don't tell women that they need to. I agree with you on that. I certainly do agree with you on that. But, however, when you start dating this individual, you should ask questions before you start getting so deep and you trap yourself in this rabbit hole that you can't even seem to get out, and then you got a question the day of their proposal while they're proposing to you, then you pop a question. So you need to get it's a clarification. You need to get clarification of this individual. Now, I thought about different marriages and different couples that have been married. Okay. But this person said, yeah, and they met some of the questions that were asked by people on the Facebook page. What's your relationship? Do you have a relationship with Christ? Okay, now we know a well-known couple that had a relationship with Christ. We would think they did. They both were pastors. They both were pastors. Okay, and so they both were pastors. So that meant that they were saved. Okay. Because we have one on there. Are you saved? That's a very important question. I would definitely ask that question. Are you saved? Do you believe in Jesus Christ? Do you believe in God? Do you have a belief? Definitely a question you should ask. But, however, we know a well-known couple that were married in the news. They both were pastors. I'm not going to name names because y'all know who I'm talking about. They both pastors. elaborate wedding. Elaborate wedding. Um, they both claim to be saved. They both have churches, that they are the senior pastors, and they felt a need to be married. I guess they loved each other, or I don't know the reason why they got married. But however, it was short lived. Okay, the marriage was short lived. So when we ask I mean, these questions are definitely important. Definitely important. Things you need to know. Things you need to know. Well, anyway, this I'm gonna call them a powerhouse, okay? Powerhouse couple. They ended up in a divorce, okay? And before the divorce, they were found fighting in a parking lot and fighting each other. The female pastor and the male pastor, they had come together as one, but they out there throwing haymakers. They out there fighting. But you found out and you asked the question, are you saved? That almost put a whole new twist on it, doesn't it? I mean, important question, because you know what I mean. If you serving Christ and you believe in God and you believe in the light and you get with this person and you ask them about their religious belief, and you need to ask, because they might worship the devil. They might worship the ruler of the night. So yeah, you need to know these things. You need to know. Well, actually, you should have picked that up. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. You should have picked that up already, spirit, before you even got with this person. All right. Well, anyway, so the woman, she asked the question at the proposal, something to the regards of, are you finished cheating? Are you finished cheating? Will you continue to cheat? First of all, now personally, this is how I feel about it. If I gotta ask you the day that you asked me to be your wife, and I gotta ask you that question, you know something? We should have never got that far. We should have never got that far, because if you ask that question, then there is a lingering thought in your mind that you are not going to trust this person, that you have some sort of trust issues. And very well, hey, you entitled to that. But however, if that thing that's bothering you about them cheating, or going to be sincere, or going to be the one, just the one-on-one, no one else, then you have an unresolved issue. You do not trust this person. And it should not have gotten that far. I'm just saying, we could have resolved this months ago, weeks ago, or however long we've been together. We could have resolved this already. We could have done this already. So, do you think this individual, this woman, do you think, was she afraid to ask him, being alone with him? Or she felt more, did she feel more brave asking in front of an audience? Because some people get bravery, like get brave like that. They have an audience, and they feel brave. I can say what I want to say. I can ask what I want to ask. And if he cuts up, then it's a lot of witnesses here. But I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna ask anyway. Are you going to be cheating on me? Well, I don't know. I guess she might have had a valid point to ask him that. Maybe he has a history of cheating. Maybe he's been married 5 times. I'm not saying anything bad about people being married 5 times, but however, all his marriages ended with him stepping out of the marriage and being with someone else. So he has the tendency of cheating. He may be a good man. He may be a good man. And you know what? And some of you men need to ask these women, besides asking them, will you marry me? How trustworthy are you going to be? How trustworthy are you going to be? Now, if that woman, see, I'm gonna flip this around, because if that woman is not cleaning, cooking, not taking care of the children, and she don't work, well, you's a fool that has to marry her. I'm just saying. She don't cook, she don't clean, she don't take care of the children, she don't do your laundry, and she's home all day. And you get her nails done, you get her hair done, but you gonna ask to marry her? I want to know what's wrong with you. You already see the behavior. You already, this what gets me about men. This what gets me about them. You see the behavior. You see the behavior, and you will ask this woman, if you want to call her that, to marry you. I read something on Facebook, and I'm going to read this, and I thought, oh my God, this is good. This is good. This is good. I said, let me share. I want to share this with you guys that someone had wrote, and I'm like, oh wow, this is the truth. This is the truth. Okay, listen. Okay, listen. And I want you to take this, and I want you to put it in your memory bank, okay? Put it back there in your mind and remember this. Okay, listen to this. This is what they said. A cheating boyfriend becomes a cheating husband. Let me repeat that. A cheating boyfriend becomes a cheating husband. A lying boyfriend becomes an untrustworthy husband. A lying boyfriend becomes an untrustworthy husband. We got 2 comments here. I'm gonna stop right there and pick up where we was at. I'm gonna see what these comments are. All right. Hey, Jimmy with us tonight. Okay. Hi, Jimmy. Yes, so glad you're here with us. Okay. Thank you for joining in. Appreciate you. Um, Cynthia. Hey, Cynthia. So glad you're able to join us today. She said, Cynthia said he probably thinks he can change her. Listen, he listen. Jimmy is with me. You cannot change anyone. I listen, honey. I thought I could. Mm, listen, my rehab center is closed. All right, it got yellow tape around it. It has been condemned. It cannot reopen. And that being said, you can't change no one, especially in those aspects. This is something this person has probably been doing for a good while. Something they've been doing for a good while. Can you handle the truth? Listen, Cynthia, you're right. They probably, I don't know if they thought they could change them or they thought that eventually they would change or they just accept it. Some people will accept anything just to be with that person. Some people will accept anything just to be called a what? Couple. Mm-hmm. Some people will accept anything and any behavior just to say they had someone to come home to. Some people would do that. She said that's true. Yeah, it is true. It is true. Yeah. All that's true. People do that and you can't really change anyone unless they want to be changed. Unless they want to be changed. But why are you with this person and then their negative behaviors? You know their negative behavior. You're not new to the game. You're not new to this relationship. You recognize their negative behavior. And this is before you even ask to marry them. And you know their behavior is negative, is in a negative lane. But yet you still ask to marry them. That, to me, I don't understand. Like I said, you must have some type of low self-esteem, or you're not worthy of yourself. You, Jimmy going deep, okay? Y'all put on y'all scuba diving gear, because Jimmy done dive deep. He done dive deep, y'all. He said, it is so funny. We can't change ourselves. And why would we want to change? We can't change. Some people have a hard time changing their own selves, don't they? Reinvent themselves. Some people have a hard time doing that. But why do we want to change someone? If they're not what you want, then why would you want to change them anyway, right? I mean, why would you want to change them anyway? Yeah, I'm just asking the question. Why do we want to change someone? If this is the way that they are, and you met them, they did not send a representative. Okay, they didn't send a representative. You met them. They didn't send a representative, and this is who they present themselves to be. All right, let me continue on with this particular post. And it says here, let me continue on. Okay, now it says, let me stop. A lying boyfriend becomes an untrustworthy husband. It's called seesaw. Okay, Jenny. Okay, I don't know. Then why are you with him or her that has these negative behaviors that's going to still carry on in the marriage? Why are you with what? It's a like I said, it's a number of reasons why people are with certain people. This person may have low self-esteem. This person may not want to be alone. This person may like the word that he is that they are considered a couple. He might like that. He's not by himself. She's not by herself. They may like that. This person may get them. I mean, there could be some good qualities somewhere. I mean, it's because you don't clean, cook, do laundry, or even work. They may have other good qualities that they really like about them. That's a possibility now. That's a possibility. They may have some other qualities that they admire, that they like. Okay, let me go on. Let me continue on. What you see in marriage is what you saw in the relationship. What you see in marriage is what you saw in the relationship. What you see in marriage, what you saw in the relationship. If he's not a good boyfriend, or she's not a good girlfriend, he won't be a good husband. Listen, she won't be a good wife. All right? Listen, adjust your crown and keep moving, queen, king. If they're cheating in their relationship before the marriage, what do you think they're going to do when you get married? If they are lying in the relationship, what do you think it's going to be like when you get married? That's what I want to know. Okay, we have someone here who really had Jimmy. He said, if you cannot trust them from the beginning, why do you think that you can change them? Leopards never change their stripes. Maybe they didn't. Okay, now I'm gonna flip that coin over because maybe they don't want to change him. Maybe they like what they're getting, and everybody else is telling them you should not be with this person. It reminds me of a story in the Bible where I'm trying to think of their names, and he married this lady, and she was a lady of the night. She didn't have some other children by men. Then she was on the on the block to be sold, and he bought her back. I'm trying to think of the name. Right. Okay. Yeah. I'm trying to think of the name of this biblical couple. The biblical couple, her name was, his name, oh, I can't think of it. But however, there was a couple like that in biblical times. Somebody come try to help me. Somebody try to help me. Um, Let me see here. Somebody try to help me out. What was their name? But anyway, this is nothing new on this is nothing new in this day and age. This is nothing new. Hosea and Gomer, okay? All right. And they describe her as a prostitute. But no, I'm just gonna put it just like literally, okay, what they're saying. All right, literally. What they're saying. But he stayed with her. He stayed with her, even though she was a prostitute. Okay. Yeah, Jimmy says, yes, maybe they are happy the way they are. Absolutely. You know, people on the outside, no, we really be viewing from an outside view. Okay. But when that person is in it, when they are in it, they have different type of feelings going on. And they may not have low self-esteem. They may, like I said, this person may get them. You know, this person may get them. This person may really understand where they are coming from. Now, and some people would probably say, you use a fool to be with someone who doesn't work, someone who doesn't clean, someone who doesn't contribute. And the outside, we on the outside just looking in. We don't know what transpires on the inside. We don't know if this person is accommodating. Maybe they accommodate them by doing certain things that we think they should be doing, but they're not doing. But they do other things to accommodate this person, and this person may feel as though they're loved. Okay. Jimmy said, if God don't change them, how in the world you think you can? You're right about that. If God ain't changing them, you can't change them. If God ain't changing them, you can't change them. And like I said, some people may not want that person to change. Maybe that's the way they like them. You know, this person, like I said, this person gets me, you know. You don't know. I don't know, you know, but before you get married, you should ask questions. You should ask questions. You may get a straight answer, but even though you get that straight answer from an individual and you have seen their life, like I said about the two pastors, and you have seen their life, how they live their life. Yes. Thank you, Cynthia. Yes. Prophet Hosea and Gomer. Yes. You're right. Those two. And people probably could not see him being married to her, a known prostitute. but uh, people couldn't see that. Quite naturally, they couldn't see it. Quite naturally, they wouldn't understand it. But it's just like, and if I want to go on the spiritual side of it, which I think I'll go ahead and go down that street, it's just like us today in God. People out there wilding it out in a backslide stage of life. And this compassion that God has to what? To receive you back. No matter how far you have went out, no matter what you have done. This is what this story is about when you look at it uh, in a biblical, spiritual sense. It is what this story boils down to, that God is married to the backslider. That he will take you back. That there's nothing you have done that is so far that you cannot be accepted back into the fold. Nothing. And apparently, this prophet Hosea and Gomer, that was their relationship. Thank you, Cynthia. I appreciate you doing that. Thank you so much. Okay, Jimmy, that is how marriage gets messed up when we try to change our mate. You can't change them. It is what it is. Accept them the way they are. Evidently, you have. I'm just saying, evidently, you have already accepted them the way they are. You already accepted them the way they are. So to you, it's no surprise on what they do because you accepted them the way they are. To the outside people, the outside view of what they can see and what they can hear, that this is unacceptable. This is unacceptable. But just like, and like let me get on that spiritual train. Is it okay if I get on that spiritual train? Just like people in the world, there's nothing too bad that you could do that God would stop loving you. That he would accept you. So he's married to the backslider. Okay. We got to think about that in that spiritual, biblical sense. Am I saying these people are like God? They're like Jesus? Hey, maybe they just got that kind of heart. Maybe they just love that person no matter what. Maybe so. Listen, I'm gonna say this, and then we're about to wrap it up. Listen, I know a couple. Yeah, they knew it from the beginning. Absolutely, Jimmy. They knew it from the beginning. Absolutely. They can only get on a front for a little while. You only put on the front. That's the representative. That's the representative that puts on the front. That's the opposite of what you actually going to get. That's the representative. The representative comes out very well. Okay, until the representative cannot represent no more. All right. But before, okay, the couple. I know this couple. Listen to this. they, okay, she was on crack. She was on crack, and he loved her. He loved this woman, even though she was a crack addict. He loved her. He loved her, and he stayed with her, and she gave him a sexual transmitted disease, and he continued to stay with her. And his logic is this: we both have it now, so we might as well just stay together because I do love her. Hey, love comes in different forms. All right, now let me see what Cynthia says. Okay, um, Cynthia. Oh, she said, of course, take us there spiritually. All right, listen. Okay, you have the prophet Hosea, and you have Gomer, the wife, and Gomer is a prostitute. Okay, she is a known. She's a known prostitute. Okay, and she goes out. She's a whore and a prostitute and everything else, but he has this love for her. Has this love for her that he would not leave her. And just spiritually, just like God, just like Jesus Christ, he won't leave you. Oh yeah, you can go a whoring out. You can be in a backsliding stage, but he still loves you. You know what? And you still can come back home. Just like the prodigal son. Yes. Just like the prodigal son. The prodigal son went out there and spent all his money, all his inheritance, because he had asked his dad for it. And he felt like, some of them, some of these young people feel like, hey, they know everything, so they want everything. So he asked for his inheritance. He took his inheritance, and he what? He squandered it, and he found himself in such a bad condition that he was eating. And it says he was eating with the swines. And we say that he fell on very hard times, and came to his right mind. And it's like Gomer. It's like Gomer. Gomer was out there. Hosea loved her. The father had a love for his son. God has a love for you. Listen, you can come back. He welcomed his son with open arms. He seen him from afar off, say, hey, prepare the best. Prepare the best. Okay? Prepare the best. Yeah, Jimmy, you're right. But it would come out and see to know people that stay together but are not together. There are a lot of couples like that. They stay together but they're not together. Isn't that something? They stay together but they're not together. Yeah. So anyway, you're right about that. He seen his son from afar off. Prepare the best. Prepare it. When the prophet seen his wife up on the block, it's like a tray, like a celly, like she's going to be sold. He's seen her there, and I'm quite sure to be on that platform there that she was not all the way together. Because she might have been a beautiful woman. I haven't read the story in a long time, but she might have been a beautiful woman, and the lifestyle wore her down. The lifestyle will wear you down. These streets ain't got no respect for you, all right? These streets ain't got no respect for you. It will tear you up, wear you down, and it will what? Age you. But however, he 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 bought, he paid to have his wife back. And he still loved her. The prodigal son, father, pull out all the red carpet for this son. Now, I could go farther into that. I got a few more minutes. But while the son was in this desperate times, and it was in desperate state being, the brother, there was a brother. You think that the brother did not know this? You think the brother did not know the condition his brother was in? Like, you got one that stayed home. You got one that ventured off. They squandered their money. Now, do you think that the brother did not know this? Now, I don't know what's going on with my system. Windows, what is that? Oh boy, I don't know what just came up. I don't know. Voila, I'm back. Don't know what happened, but anyway, I'm gonna hurry up and finish this up. So, people, keep in mind that we don't know what's actually going on the inside. And we should have a heart, a spirit like Jesus. And they decide they're going to change. And they're changing on their own. Then you should accept them with the love of Jesus. Don't know how we got there, but guess what? We got there, didn't we? And I'm glad we did get there. That way, whoever's listening, and you in this state of mind that you seem like there's no coming back, there's no getting back, don't give up. Don't give up. Remember, I always tell you this. I love you, but you know what? God loves you best. Thank you all for tuning in. Like, share, and share. How about share, like, love, and show you care? All right? Share, like, love, and show you care. All right, listen. Don't forget to go to YouTube and subscribe to my channel. And remember this, people. Okay. And remember this, people, that you are welcome to have a topic. Just let me know. On Tuesday is the day I create the program, and I do all my studying and get all what I'm going to say and the topic and the pictures and all that. So Tuesday, anytime Tuesday, let me know, do Messenger, and if you have my personal number, call me, and let me know, and we will get right on it, and we can discuss what you want me to talk about. And you can remain anonymous if you wish to do so. Y'all know I'm good keeping secrets. All right. Now, oh, but I'm not going to keep this secret. All right. Jimmy Rand, my friend, Jimmy Rand, tomorrow night at 7 p.m. is reading the word together on Facebook Live. And the topic, how we stray away from the gospel. Coming out of Galatians 1, 6 through 10. Listen, people, you don't want to miss this. You don't want to miss this. Reading the Word of God together on Facebook, 7 p.m. with Jimmy Rand. Tune in tomorrow, good people, live. That's good, Jimmy. I like that. How we stray away from the gospel. But it's amazing how we stray away from the gospel. And remember, guys, the last Thursday of the month, is church shenanigans. Okay? So, you want to say something about church, let me know, and we'll do that too. But it ain't going to be nothing but the what? Nothing but the truth. Thank you guys for tuning in. I appreciate you. Thank you for taking out your time. And remember, if you are with an individual and you got to ask the question the day of the proposal, then you know what? Your answer should be no. All right, Jimmy, much love to you too, and see you tomorrow. All right, listen. Thank you guys for joining in. Thank you for your time. I appreciate you, each and every last one of you. I greatly do appreciate you. Remember, I love you, but God loves you best. If you, listen, you're blessed. And you know what I always say? Be a blessing. You don't have to spend any money, but be a blessing to someone. Put a smile on your face. Ask them how they're doing today. Listen, this be a blessing to someone in a special way. All right? Cynthia says, good night and have a blessed weekend. Love you. Good topic as usual. Thank you, Cynthia. Cynthia is one of our #1 fans, and she is a great supporter. Thank you so much. I appreciate your support on a consistent basis. Thank you. I really appreciate you. Listen. Bless someone. Okay? Bless someone with a hello. How you doing? With a hug. Tell someone you love them. Tell somebody you even care about them. All right? Do that for someone. You never know. You may be saving that very life. You may be saving that life. Do that. You blessed, be a blessing. Listen, people. Have a wonderful weekend that's coming up. Have a beautiful weekend. Have a safe weekend. And like I always say, keep your head on a swivel, baby. All right? Love you guys. Much love for you. Thank you so much for coming in, tuning in. It's greatly appreciated. All right? So let's leave out